All right, everybody ready? Because we starting. Thumbs up. All right.
Come here.
Oh, let me mute me.
Go, come here.
Somebody's about to get yelled at, and it ain't me. Well, that's how we kick off season 2. Not much has changed. What's it been? 4, 5 years?
3.5.
3. I think it's been 5 years since the snap.
It has to be.
Oh no! Wait! The snap hasn't happened. The snap has happened, but it's not over until 2023, or something like that. Well, good evening, internet world. Everybody else on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. CNC SciFi Grill is back, and this is season 2. And Nate, you're muted. I can unmute you now because I think you're back. Oh, nope. We lost him. Hold on. Now I got to kick him from the studio.
Same old.
We just having technical difficulties out there in New Mexico. They need better antennas with all the aliens crashing into things. See, and he's still yelling at Elijah.
Like,
them bank boys, I tell you what. Well, I am one of your hosts. I am Cliff, also known as Greg Conus. Yep. And to my left, I guess my left on the screen, is my beautiful daughter, Christina, coming from the sunny state of California.
it's hot as hell. Anyway.
And no.
Not hot as New Mexico.
I was about to say.
Yeah, he hot.
He's Satan level.
I'm sure the
It
sun.
is 100. It is 108 currently degrees, and they say we might even get up to 113.
It's liquid hell. So more power to you, brother.
Glad I live by the ocean.
And below us is Big Nate coming from the hot cactus, desertly, no shade land of New Mexico. And he's still yelling at his child because thank you, kids.
I don't know.
So today is a very important one, and I'll probably let Christina take most of the talking because it's about her favorite anti-hero.
Loki.
The god of mischief, that mischievous scamp.
What a guy.
Loki, Odin's son, Lufin, I can't remember what his other name is. Laufey's son. That was kind of mean that she used his government name. She didn't use the name, his adopted name. No.
Don't forget who you are.
No. The Thai variant, they used your whole government name. They ignored his adopted name just totally. It's just whatever.
Oops.
What's up, Wild Knight? So,
What is going on?
So, while Nate's having his fun, we will get started with just one little blurb of my favoriteest thing that ever came out of this.
Oh my God, so funny.
Which is this.
So funny.
I mean, when you get hit like that, and they slow time, that's that black mama hit. That's
that black mama, I will knock you in next week. That's that right there.
I believe there was a comedian that said when she took her kids to the store, you don't want shit, you don't need shit, you ain't getting shit, so don't ask for shit. And that's what happens when you ask for shit.
That's exactly what happened. I mean, he got smacked so hard. When I saw the pain ripples through his lips going slow, I had to play that back twice. I did. I was like, that.
And I know they use slow motion for that, with the cameras, but he had that look on his face the whole time. So how did they get that look on his face that entire time? I guess so. Yes, so you're gonna act like you got hit by a black woman.
I'm about to say what they did. My man had to go study video of little black children getting beat in public.
For some examples.
Because hold on, wait. I want to shout out my mama right now. Because my mama smacked the dog stank out of me just like that in 8th grade at Dixon Elementary School. My part of my lip is still sitting in part of locker 67. She smacked. I don't like to cuss, but my mama smacked the shit out of me. She smacked me so hard, I saw the lines of the Matrix before I knew what the lines of the Matrix were.
Did you see the numbers, or did you?
I saw the letters, the numbers, the dashes. It was ridiculous.
Like, what did they spell?
A good child. I did no such thing to deserve that type of punishment.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute. I was a terrible child. My mom hit me so hard, my top lip, which is the smaller lip of the two, touched my ear.
Much like Loki.
Literally.
So, Mr. Loki decides, and we saw this in Avengers Endgame, when the Avengers went back in time and did what they did, and they messed up trying to get the Tesseract, or as we like to call them, paperweights. They messed up going to get those, and he was able to escape, and he ended up in Mongolia of all places. So he didn't go through time. He just went to a different part of the earth. He didn't go to Asgard. He didn't go to where Thanos was. He went to another part of Earth, which makes no sense to me, but whatever. You just gotta think.
He was a moment type of thing. He was like, I'ma go. And
right. And that's what I was about to say. There was no focus to it. Dude grabbed the Tesseract and was like, Michael Jackson, I need the moonwalk back. And that's all he did.
He did.
But this is our introduction to the Time Variant Authority, who no one knows about. And they're basically making sure that the sacred time is kept. And he went before a judge and he was trying to argue, saying, well, this is all because of the Avengers. If the Avengers hadn't done this, if you give me a task force, I'll go handle them. And the lady was like, oh, the Avengers were supposed to do that. And he had this look of, damn.
Wait, what?
I know it's only 2 days after the episode. Mm-hmm. So, if y'all ain't watched the episode and you listen to us, that's your own damn fault.
Yes, there's spoilers.
We do spoilers all the time.
It's gonna be spoilers. I need to start putting that in the description. Spoilers. Just give it up. Spoilers. It's spoilers. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Talking about something that's been out for 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Christina, for catching that.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Because as y'all know what we do here. It's season 2.
So he gets to the TVA, and before he gets to the judge, he's still talking smack this whole time. Now,
the whole time, which is how Loki is. I am a god. It's like, okay.
But the whole ticket scene.
That was so funny.
Now, we all have dealt with, in some form or another, bureaucracy. Either at the DMV, Social Security office, birth certificate office, any kind of public office. Yes, Big Nate.
Damn Karens, proceed.
So there was a young man who was a variant, and the variant, what a variant is someone that is not going down their path, which is what the what the heck are they called, Christina?
TVA?
No, not the TVA. The ones above the TVA. The timekeepers. The timekeepers. So the timekeepers are these all-knowing forces that keep us on a certain path, and You can't deviate from that path.
Multi-universal war.
Yes.
And they were like, y'all are annoying, so we're just gonna make one timeline, and whoever messes it up, we're gonna find you
and reset your time. No. They don't kill you unless you do something stupid like, oh boy. What they do is they reset you and set you back on your path. Here's my thing. So all the times that I've been late to work, I was supposed to be late to work, and any time that I would. How do you know when you're not supposed to be late to work?
Literally, like the whole sacred timeline thing, like really messes with the idea of free will, and like I feel like it's a whole separate conversation.
But that's all what Loki's about, right? He doesn't want free will to begin with. He feels it's easier for people to control.
Yeah.
Yes, and Wild Knight's right. They did eliminate the multiverse because there was multiversal wars. They were battling through timelines to decide what timeline is best. And that kind of happens sort of it happened in DC Universe, but it did also happen in Marvel for a way because you had all the different Spider-Mans, you had Reed Richards and some other folks from different timelines and Fantastic Four that flipped over to different universes. So you've had fights where from different universes, people have come in and caused all sorts of mayhem. Hell, Cable, Nathaniel Richards has caused all sorts of havoc going through time. Yeah. And so has Apocalypse.
And it's just going to be very interesting because Kevin Feige himself was like, Loki is going to like re-establish everything we know about the MCU.
What I think, and this is getting to the end part, what I think is going to happen is the Timekeepers are going to be seen as a farce. And he's basically going to just crumble the whole system down. TVA is still going to be around.
That would be a very Loki thing to do.
Yes. And it would set it down the path of, I don't know, some person having to go fix the multiverse. I don't know who that could be going to fix the multiverse next year.
Maybe a certain wizard.
Well, but also a certain witch should be in there as well.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Now the question is, are they going to go back and get Agatha all
No, I don't think it's going to be Agatha. I think it's going to be Scarlet Witch.
I know who it's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
But to go get her to hell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, possibly.
Man, if I go get Agatha, that'd be hilarious.
It'd be awesome. I would be singing that song all the way in the movie.
So you do understand that if there is a multiverse, there is a multiverse where yes, he's a sorcerer. I'm sorry, he doesn't have a hat. He's a sorcerer. I'm sorry. Pinky's up. He's a sorcerer. No hat. But the whole interrogation,
aliens and wizards,
Yes. So another thing was his whole integration into the TVA when he got his little outfit and he's like, "This is the finest Asgardian leather."
They're like, "Okay, bye."
Yeah, and the robot's like, "I don't care about your little
Tom Hiddleston view."
Yes,
appreciated that.
And sign this because this is everything you've ever said. It's like, what? Here's another piece you got to sign. This is absurd. Here's another piece you got to sign. You're muted, by the way, Nate. So he's sitting there the whole time, like, So that's the part where you sign So what was the whole scanning thing? Was that just to get? Oh, that was to get his temporal aura.
Oh my God!
Right.
What?
Yeah, that was hilarious.
What would Vision do?
He would cry.
He couldn't go through.
Yeah.
No. The guy. I mean, but does he have technically? Does Vision have a soul?
Does he have a soul? Yeah.
Vision is
hold on.
I don't think he does.
I'm about to say, let's not and say we did. He's not going through.
Now,
probably like, okay, I'm gonna go now.
So the other part of this is Mobius, who is Owen Wilson's character, and he's trying to recruit Loki, because he wants Loki to fix their issue. They have a dangerous variant because Loki, although being a variant, he's just a pussycat compared to the other variant, which circle back to a question is he really a pussycat because we know who the other variant is? That's the big bad, supposedly. How could he be a pussycat if the other variant's not? But I digress.
Yeah.
I
feel
want
like-
to address.
Yes.
I feel like that also comes into play with like where that variant is from.
Right, and that's what I was gonna do.
His journey that variant is from.
And that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like when they put you back on your path. Loki, they played one path of Loki, but there's another path of what we will see, and where that variant came from makes him hella more dangerous. And we'll get there.
This is true because the Loki that's there now he's on his way to being the Ragnarok Loki. Eventually, he's still got a ways to go. He still has to. And seeing Frigga die, that was just horrible. I don't know how many ways you can watch your mom die, and then you saw your dad die.
Cried the entire friggin' time.
And then you see your dad die, and then you're sitting there. What don't you do when you're watching time go by? You don't watch
yourself die.
Yeah, you don't.
Like, I screamed again when he died. I screamed in the theaters the first time when I saw it. I screamed again because I hated it. I hated it so much. And like they didn't even show it. They just did the neck crack, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, they heard the crack. That's all.
Well, if you look at his face, his eyes are turning red. You could tell what was about to happen.
Like, ugh.
So, Owen Wilson has this little talk with him. He's being all psychological. And who didn't tell that once he picked up Loki, what Loki had done? Because I had already known. So around Loki's net, as you saw in the video, the clip I played, is a little thing that the variants police can control. And it basically can warp you back a couple seconds, or it can warp you through time, period. So they kept messing with Loki. Well, they didn't mess with him. He
kept acting a fool, and
he kept acting a fool. So they rewound his ass, and he was like, okay, wait a minute. I'm going to leave y'all alone. So he ends up escaping because Owen Wilson
Loki fashion
is an idiot, and he put the thing in his pocket. And I'm like, this is the god of mischief, and you're putting something
mischievous scamp.
Oh my god! But there came a revelation that Loki had never thought about, that none of us had thought about for the MCU, of what Loki's true purpose is.
Oh my god!
Which is to make other people their best versions of themselves. In other words, he pushed the Avengers to be together. And then he basically pushed Thor to be a better Thor, to relinquish the throne and all that, but he did become a better person through his journeys with him. And then Thor eventually did ascend the throne because of Loki, because Loki, stood by him throughout all of Ragnarok, for the most part. And Thor, he didn't defeat Thanos, but he got the Stormbreaker and all that because of Loki. When Loki died, that kind of pushed him down another path. So Loki did strive in his own little way to make people better around him, even if he didn't try to.
Right.
With all the murderers and all that stuff, but he did. Generally, that is what he does. But he ends up escaping, and he ends up grabbing the Tesseract from the one guy who doesn't know what a fish is. And then he sees a drawer full of Infinity Stones.
And he's just like, these are Infinity Stones. And he's like, oh, yeah.
We use those as paperweights.
Some of the guys use them as paperweights. And I was like, did you just casually dismiss the past, did you just casually dismiss all this?
You got to understand the power of the TVA, though. The TVA lives in a totally separate dimension.
But
totally separate dimension from reality.
They literally just erased the entirety of Phase 3 with one scene.
No, here. I'm going to show you how powerful they are. So.
Oh, I know how powerful the TVA is, which is
No, this might have been something you might have missed, which is this. Watch the Tesseract in her hand once they get to the TVA. What happened to it?
It dimmed down.
Exactly. It powered down as soon as it got there.
Well, that's because of where they are, because he said not even the Infinity Stones have power there.
Right. So you have, if the Infinity Stones don't work there, what was Thanos gonna? They could have trapped Thanos there, and he couldn't have been able to do anything.
But it's part of the sacred timeline, so
Yes.
of course they didn't do anything.
No, sacred timeline. Blah, 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 blah.
But it's also just like, that scene in itself, like, flipped everything on its head. Like, how many people died protecting the world from Thanos getting those goddamn stones? And they have a drawer
Vision,
Nat, Vision, Gamora, Loki, like the amount of people that Tony, the literal amount of main characters
that was supposed to happen
because of those stones.
Oh no, we didn't forget that part, Rob. Night. We went over that. The fact that the Avengers did what they were supposed to do. That was supposed to happen. Yes. That was part of the sacred timeline. What happened? That was everything that was supposed to happen.
Fridge up.
Did we lose Big Nate because he's frozen?
Ugh, it's just crazy that they were just like casually just like, oh yes, here you go. Have this. The Infinity Stones literally mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just dropped that bomb and literally everybody on the internet like lost their shit. I literally read a BuzzFeed article that was like, and here's tweets about how the first episode of Loki in the first 20 minutes mind fucked everyone.
Well, it did. Big Nate's not moving. I think he might be frozen.
Yeah.
He's frozen.
Mad props to our main dude, Kevin Feige.
Oh, yeah. It's so... And the question is, was Loki supposed to be like this? I mean, I don't know if Wanda and Vision was supposed to be like the way it was. And I don't know if... ooh, that's feedback. I don't know if...
I mean, I would assume so.
Falcon was supposed to... No, if you remember, Black Widow was supposed to come out before... supposed to come out before all of this. Ooh. She got delayed. She was supposed to come out back in...
yes, she was.
October.
But isn't that just her origin story?
No. It also, fast forward, it starts start of phase 4.
But...
Yeah, she was the start of phase 4. They had to rearrange a whole bunch of stuff.
But she's
because
dead.
of COVID. Yes, I understand it. But at the end of that, there's going to be some stuff that happens that starts off phase 4.
Gotcha.
So
I wonder if they had to like refilm some stuff because of that.
They did. I think WandaVision had to refilm some parts, and they had to change around some stuff in Falcon, and they had to change some stuff in Loki. I think.
Gotcha.
Because Doctor Strange was supposed to be coming out. Doctor Strange was supposed to be coming out this year, not the beginning of next. Yeah. So.
Also, like, mad props to the audience that they've built because Loki had the highest audience of the 3 on premiere day. It had over 800 million viewers.
If you notice, it's been growing. So WandaVision was the first one.
Like almost 500 million. I think Captain Winter Soldier, Falcon and Winter Soldier had like 700 or so, and then Loki had 800 million. Over 800 million.
It's crazy. So they're building a little empire, but
wait, hold on. And while they're building an empire, what is DC doing?
Nothing.
They're going to bring out the Flash with Michael Keaton Batman. Oh yeah, that's it. That's about it.
That's the ticket.
Yes.
That'll rebuild the DC universe.
Well, Spider-Man comes out. Well, Black Widow is next month. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man's the end of the year, and then Doctor Strange is the beginning. Oh, and the Eternals is in between all of that.
The Eternal, yeah.
Which to me is so. Here I have a problem with the Eternals. Y'all have been sitting around all this time.
Y'all been doing this whole time.
By the way, for those that don't know, Thanos is related to the Eternals.
Yeah.
So y'all just let one of your peoples just run wild and do whatever they want.
Just do whatever the hell he wanted.
Yep. Just chilling. Doing what he wants. Oh.
Like if I let Angel set the house on fire and just watch.
Ooh, look at the fire. It's so pretty.
It's pretty.
I'd like to address an issue, and I don't know if we're there yet.
What's that?
I mean, we're jumping around, so.
What'd you say?
We're jumping around, so.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to address an issue as to the big bad, but I don't know where we're there yet.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, you're fine.
All right. No, see, because out of this one, I'm a little light in the lift as I'm catching up. So Loki, this is Christina's realm, not so much mine. But my thing is, can you tell? I have an idea, but I'd like for Christina to address who is the actual, and with spoiler alert, you don't want to know, leave now.
Mm-hmm.
Who is the actual big and bad? What is the name for the big bad? But who is actually the big bad, and why do we think that? Please.
Well, supposedly the big bad is another variant of Loki.
Oh, sorry.
But I don't think.
What did Mobius say about Loki? What does Loki always do?
He was a pussycat.
Yeah.
No. What does Loki always do? He loses.
Better version of it. And he loses.
Loses all the time. He gets caught and he loses.
No sense if the big bad is a variant of Loki. Like it
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't. Like they said that, and I was like, "What?"
And see, this is what I'm saying. But remember, if you look at the beginning when they were interviewing that little that
French
little
girl.
baby, that young
the French girl.
The French girl, and she had the blue bubble gum, which I thought was cool. And she said, "Who was it?" And she pointed to the devil. And I said,
I know everyone's like, we're not gonna jump down this Mephisto train again. But
they're already starting. You can get that up. They're already starting on Mephisto.
But my point is, so that's the point. Some people thought it was Mephisto. Other people think it's Loki. I don't think it's either.
Maybe. Maybe it's the.
It still has the capability of being Loki because like he has his like helmet has horns. So like being the devil is like not something that is totally out of the realm of possibility. But it just depends on where that variant is from.
And that's the point. I don't think Loki got that far off the path to be the devil. I doubt that. I think they need Loki because he is truly the god of mischief to help figure out what this big bad really is trying to do. And
how do we know it's not a timekeeper that's gone off the rails?
It could be that. That's another thing.
There's 3 timekeepers. How do we know it's not one of them? And how do we know that Mobius isn't? There's something else that nobody thought about. Mobius has no problem with burning down parts of the TVA, and he said that jokingly.
Yeah.
But how do we know he's not gonna help empower Loki to burn down the parts that he doesn't agree with?
Because there's nothing saying that Mobius is actually a good dude.
No.
There's nothing saying that at all right now.
No.
Can I say this though? Total side note.
What's that?
Feige, however you pronounce that gentleman's last name. Say it correctly, Christina.
I think it's Feige.
All right. Mr. Feige. This is the casted just excellently. When I looked up and I said, Mobius is who? That was perfect.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Wild Knight brings up somebody else that some of you might not know about, which is Kang. Kang the Conqueror, who is supposed to, I think, show up in the Fantastic Four. He might show up in the Eternals. But Kang the Conqueror was he went through time and was messing with time. He used time. The messed up part is
I saw a meme today that was like he courts that main judge that judged him, like Raven.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He like ends up with her.
Right. And he always fought against the Avengers. So he's always had a problem with them. But not only that, he was also Nathaniel Richards. So he is the forefather to Reed Richards. Or he's an ancient, or he's a, no, I'm sorry, he's not a forefather. He's a descendant. And he created a time machine and went, in the original comics, he went back in the past and was Rama Tut. So he was like this horrible. And also, according to Wild Knight, he's one of the time creeper. He was one of the timekeepers formerly. So it could be an introduction to him. We don't see the face. He's hooded.
Yeah.
We
but
have
also,
no idea.
Why does everyone think? Why does Mobius think it's Loki? Then that makes no sense.
Who knows? Maybe he's being puppet strings.
Maybe
You know,
that's what I thought with Thanos. So
maybe it's because of horns.
Yes, that too. The horn.
Yeah,
Well, Kang doesn't have any horns, but yeah, it could be easily because they see corn. But we don't know how he's going to look on there. And
right, we don't know what the finished product. We don't know if it's been manipulated. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But the bottom line is, I like the way it started, and I'm sorry, I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's a descendant of Reed Richards, time traveling father. So he's not even Reed Richards. It's kind of weird. Oh, he's a villain in Ant-Man 3. That's who he is. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. He had ties to, because he's related to Reed Richards, he had ties to the Fantastic Four. He was a big villain in the Avengers comics that I really didn't get into. All the Avenger comics I was more in the West Coast Avengers with Wonder Man and all them. And I was into somewhat into Captain America, but not really. I was more into Iron Man, which is weird because now I'm not into Iron Man because he's a jackass. That was really, I mean, God bless him. RDJ really brought him to life. That was totally.
That role saved him.
Oh yeah.
Like RDJ was not in a good place in the acting industry when he got Iron Man.
Nope.
And that role literally revitalized his career. And I honestly don't even know if he's going to do anything else.
Well,
he doesn't have to. He's
no. He's got a show out either on Hulu or some superhero show. Yeah, he's got some superhero project that him and his wife are backing. I can't remember what it is.
In it, or is he just producing?
No. He's producing. So
that's what I thought. Like, I don't think he's going to act again.
No.
Why would he?
Yeah, like
he doesn't have to.
Why would he have to?
Yeah, like not necessarily. He's not going to necessarily sit on his laurels, but he's going to use this newfound respect that he has in the industry to make projects that he wants to.
Mm-hmm. But wait, I want to go back to an issue.
Yes.
Talk about putting the whole world on its ear.
Mm-hmm.
I was so thrown, and then when I started seeing all the buzz online,
and
they just kept saying Infinity Stones after Infinity Stones. That was so mind-blowing. Mm-hmm. That none of that, like you said, Christina, all those people died for Infinity Stones that mean nothing to the TVA.
Well, did you see any Soul Stones in that drawer, though?
I didn't.
There was no Soul Stones in there. I didn't. And was there any Mind Stone? Was there a Mind Stone in there? Maybe one. I think somebody said one or two. There's one or two. But there was no Soul Stone.
What color is the Mind Stone?
Yellow, I think. In the MCU, I'd have to look and see. I think it's yellow. Yeah. It's the one that's in Loki's staff. So Mr. RDJ, he has Sherlock Holmes 3 coming out in 2 years. It's in pre-production. So he hasn't even started it yet because Doolittle was horrible. They could have kept that. The show that he has that him and his wife are backing is Sweet Tooth. It's on Netflix. It's a weird show. I haven't started watching it, but it's basically there were some kids that were born and they were anamorph. So they were like part animal, part human, and nobody understood where they came from. Yeah. Because their parents were fully human. And so people were hunting them because humans, that's what we do. So
it's weird. I don't like it. I must kill.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you get the same thing with X-Men, right? And the mutants. All in all, so yeah, we don't know who the big bad is. They say it's Loki, but I don't think it is. But then again, we didn't think Wanda was the big bad. I don't think Agatha was really the big bad. Honestly, the big bad and WandaVision was actually Wanda. I mean, because what she did to that town was absolutely horrible, and she really did not pay for what she did because nobody was going to stop her.
Oh yeah, no. She was like, "I'll set you all free, and I'm gonna go now." Goodbye.
But my kids can play with your kids. Just let my kids play with your kids, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. What color was the? Because I saw blue, I saw red, I saw green.
Mm-hmm.
But those are also the easiest ones to get as well.
Mm-hmm. Mine's is blue. No, wait, it's yellow. Yeah, it's yellow.
I thought it was yellow.
Yeah, it's yellow. It's yellow. That's what I thought. It was originally blue.
Is that the one that was guarded by Asgard?
No, that was the one that was in Loki's scepter. That was the one that Thanos found and gave it to him before the start of Avengers. They never went into where he got it from. Thanos just had it. So originally,
maybe that's why it's never in the drawer.
Like originally,
always has it.
On the books that me and Wild Knight grew up on, it was blue, but in the movies, it's yellow.
Gotcha. And then the one that everyone has to sacrifice for
is the Soul Stone, which is red. No, it's not red. What color?
No, it's not red.
Is it purple? No, the Power Stone is purple. Power Stone is purple. Let's see.
Why don't you just pull up the scene so we can just?
I'm trying to. Oh, you mean from Avengers? Blah blah blah.
No, from the show.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
We can see which stones are.
It's orange. It's orange. Wild Knight said it's orange. And remember that they said the variants cause a nexus. Who do we know caused a nexus? Anybody? Anyone? We watched the show. Who else was supposedly at a nexus?
I understand. But I root for Agatha, so I understand what you calling for.
Wanda.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so wait a minute now. Another part that got me was and Christina, I don't know if you knew the history of this, D.B. Cooper, who a lot of people, it's an American folklore about the guy that stole money, hijacked the plane and stole I think $500,000 and disappeared, and the FBI still have no idea where he is. And come to find out, it was a bet that Loki lost to Thor and Heimdall. Well, actually, he lost to Thor. Heimdall was just helping him. Yep, that's right. Wanda is a Nexus being. That is totally correct.
So apparently, there are fan theories that the big bad is a female Loki.
That is a possibility.
Which is a possibility because MCU confirmed in a post a week ago that Loki is gender fluid.
Yes.
I would love that.
Well, he can shapeshift, so he can be whatever he wants. There you go. There's all the colors. So there is a
red, blue,
there is
green,
a Mind Stone. No, there's not a Mind Stone in there.
There's one yellow one.
Yep. One Mind Stone.
4 colors.
There's a Power Stone in there. There's a purple, I think. Or is there? Nope. There's blue. Yeah, there's a purple.
There's a purple.
And there's a red, which is reality.
Green is time.
Green is time. And that's it. There is no Soul Stone in there.
Because that's the one that people have to sacrifice for.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Yeah, so all the ones that are in there are the easiest ones to get.
Yes. Yes, and Reality Gem was the one that they had to get in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
That was the Reality Gem.
Yeah.
So all in all, I think it was a good first episode. Christina, your thoughts? Since you're the biggest Loki fan there is in here.
I'm so excited. I'm sad it's only 6 episodes. That means I only got 5 more weeks. Oh, well, now you're saying it's the Mind Stone is the one that's missing.
Man.
Oh, Soul, the orange one?
Yeah, Soul is orange.
Well, that was there then.
Right, but I thought the Mind Stone
was in there.
It wasn't. Okay, yellow. So the yellow was missing. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was probably a paperweight on somebody else's desk.
Yeah, could be. But yeah, I'm very excited. I am ready for Loki to mischievously turn the MCU on its head as it has already proven to do. I'm excited for how it's going to set up, the rest of Phase 4 and like what it's gonna do. So yeah, I'm excited. I love me some Tom Hiddleston. It was really cute. I saw him tweet that like Loki, like the role of Loki, like saved his life, and I think that's great.
So Marvel has saved a bunch of lives. So you got RDJ, you got Tom Hiddleston, you got Chris Evans actually, because think about it, he was
not doing a lot.
No, and he was still being panned for Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
he was still. Oh my God, he was still getting flack for that.
Yeah,
just ridiculous. I mean, other than that, he was playing bit parts in other comic properties that did not take off.
Like the MCU turned all of these people into like
yes, Big Nate.
I wish they'd come save my life.
Yo, facts. I'll work in the music department. Give me a job, bro. Disney, where you at? What's up? What's happening?
So, Big Nate, what's your thoughts?
Can I say something that I know is not going to happen, but it would be so dope?
What's that?
What if the big bad in this was Wanda?
She's a Nexus. She is a Nexus. And she's got horns. Well, no, her costume.
She has horns. And
horns.
She's a Nexus. Mm-hmm. What if the big bad was Wanda?
Oh, her kids did call out for her to help them. So what if that was when the Timekeepers had decided they were going to wipe something?
What if the big bad is Wanda?
Oh, Lord. Then they're really going to have to release Agatha. I don't know what Agatha's going to be able to do because Wanda's already coming to her power.
Really do?
I don't know what
could help. She could.
I don't know. She couldn't stop her before.
Because we haven't seen any sort of dynamic between Loki and Wanda, like ever.
No, she wasn't around. What? They were never in the same movie together.
I know that this is probably not where it's going.
It's probably not. But that'd be dope.
It would be such a mind screw if it was.
That'd be dope.
She did get her powers from his staff.
She did.
Well, no. I'm sorry. Her increased powers came from his staff. Yeah. She had her powers. She just repressed them.
That'd be crazy. That'd be insane.
So we'll see. And we'll see what Owen Wilson, if he turns out to really be a good guy or not. We'll see how he is.
Yeah.
So, all in all,
for either female Loki and now Wanda. Now that's been put into my brain, those are who I'm rooting for the big bad.
So me and Christina watched it. Nate, I think you said you fell asleep through it. Did you finish Tenet?
Oh no, that's why I watched it. I watched the whole movie.
That movie, bro, wild.
Excuse me.
Wild.
Excuse me. It's nothing that dramatic. Okay, that part's a little dramatic. Now, you talking about a mind screw?
Oh my God! Yo! When he said he was gonna go back to save her, I was like, oh my God, he fought himself immediately. I was like, oh! And that was why the dude let the other dude go because it was him. And I was like, oh my God, bro.
Are you okay? You okay? So did you like the movie?
I did. I liked it a lot.
I told y'all to watch it. Crazy. I told y'all a while ago to watch it. I saw it in the theater because it was when the theaters had opened up here at 30% capacity. But it was Mr. Washington's. It wasn't his first lead role. His first lead role, I think, was Black Klansman. But I think he did a pretty good job. Now, the only issue I had was the villain, and there was just so much bloody talking.
Oh my God! It reminded me of Claw. In my irritation levels.
Which Claw? The Andy Serkis Claw?
No, from Black Panther.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's Andy Serkis.
Oh yeah. I didn't know what
Claw wasn't. You know what? Claw was entertaining. This guy was
he also talked a lot.
Yeah, but Claw entertained me.
Yeah.
This guy didn't entertain me. He was more like, and then if we'll go down here and we'll do this.
He sounded like a bored tour guide.
I mean, the action scenes was crazy, and I'm still trying to figure out. Yes, Big Nate. Yes.
And this is the Kim Kardashian house.
To your left, you'll see Barbara Streisand's house.
Yes, that's what he was. Right. I agree. I
And
agree.
this
Find Tony Stark, aka Robert Downey Jr.'s house.
and
Yeah.
this is the vengeful bitch that shot me and then tossed me off of a yacht.
Yeah, no,
So-
he sounded like a bored tour guide. It was very annoying. Also, surprisingly, props to friggin' Robert Pattinson. Was not expecting that.
Oh, he was great in that. He was
He was
good.
wonderful in that
He
movie.
was wonderful in that. He was.
Look, the
It
last
made me
time
forget
I
about
made
all the stuff he
was
did.
sparkling. Okay.
It made me forget all about Twilight watching him in that because he was. It proves that he can do what he can do. In Twilight, he was just had the material they gave him.
Yeah.
He had what they gave him. He did the best he can. I don't have a problem with Edward. It was just the whole thing, and that's what I have a problem with Shadow and Bones about, because Shadow and Bones is basically, which Netflix series is basically the same, almost the same bloody thing, except it's mixed with Avatar. So
Shadow and Bone. Oh, the show on Netflix?
yes, because they basically have benders on the show. They're called Geishas or something like that, and you can either control wind, fire, earth, or something else. And then, darkness. There's one guy, the main guy controls darkness. And there's this one chick. She's a sun summoner, the first one in thousands of years. How does that sound, Christina? What does that sound like to you?
Firebender?
No. She summons the sun. She controls the sun, basically.
The literal sun?
She basically glows and whatever. She's the first one, and he does all darkness, so he's all darkness. So together they can bring about the end of the war. And God, why does it sound like Avatar? Or Avatar mixed with Twilight? I think I got 3 episodes in, and I was like, bleh.
This
I want
sounds.
to watch Eternals too.
Huh?
I want to watch Eternals. That's on HBO Max, I think. Yeah.
So Tenet was good
Tenet was
to
good.
me. I've watched it about 4 or 5 times, and it's one of those movies where I can sit down, and if it comes on TV, I won't turn it off. There are slow parts, but I get through them a lot faster now because I know what they are, and I don't know. My mind turns off when we get to the slow parts. But the whole bungee jumping up to the damn roof. And then the fight at the end, the battle at the end where they had, where you had people moving forward in time and people moving backwards in time.
That was crazy.
And both of them had to shoot. I still don't get the concept of shooting the rocket at the building at the right time. So who was shooting the rocket? Was it the backwards people or was it the forward people?
I think it was both, and it was to negate it. It was so that the collisions happened so that it wouldn't fall over. It would just kind of drop. Physics, movie physics. You know how that works. Yeah.
This is one of those instances, and Nate, you know what I'm going to say. This is one, or not what I'm going to say, but who I'm going to talk about. This is one of those instances where I need David Tennant to come in a big blue box, get out the son of a bitch, and go, "You're wrong. You're wrong. We're all leaving," or something. But all in all, they did say it was supposed to be a spy movie. So it was mostly a spy movie, but it wasn't like a James Bond spy movie. It was more of a here's theoretical spying.
It was like a spy movie combined with Inception.
Yes, which, given the director who did Inception, makes sense.
Yes.
Nate, you're talking, but you're on mute. Can't hear you.
Can I tell you, lady and gentlemen, something?
What's that?
I watched the movie now twice. And Wild Night, exactly. And the reality is I watched this movie, and at the end I had to rewind the climactic fight.
I saw it twice.
To try to make head or sense of it. And my problem with movies that are trying to be theoretical, and it's okay to be theoretical. I understand that you want to take it above. There's several ways to try to get notoriety to being an above film. One way is, of course, you can stop, guys. One way, of course, you can try to write your way into theoretics. Or then 2, you can have acting that's just on that level.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with that is that if you get so theoretical that you outdo the acting, then at this point, it just seems busy. And my problem with that movie is it seemed really unnecessarily busy. I got your intent, but I didn't understand your your delivery to try to be on a higher level of of consciousness. I get that was your intent, but I think in doing it you muddied the road. And so between that and the big bad expounding over and over again like Shakespeare, and I just was like,
And was he really a big bad, or was he just an asshole?
what he was
He was an
dying.
asshole that had power.
He was such a creep that he says, "I'm gonna die, so everybody should die with me." It was, and so that was my problem. You're that theoretical, but at your core, he's just a jerk that wants everybody to die because he can't enjoy life himself. So no one should enjoy life with him.
And he wasn't a young guy. He was what, in his 50s? You done lived your life. So you're going to take the world away from your son? And he was like, the worst thing I ever did was bring a child into this world. I'm like, damn.
I mean, he had a very like Thanos mindset.
No, Thanos only took out 50% of the people. He was taking out the whole world.
And so my problem is, you were so theoretical with a boring, blah, bad guy that his only death was, I'm dying, so everybody should die. And I was just like, I get it. You want it to be phenomenal, and it just seemed muddled.
I feel like it also like stemmed from his possessiveness. I can't speak, of his wife, and like that's where you also saw it, because even with her, he was like, if I can't have it, no one can. And I feel like from the way he grew up, that turned into his view of the world. So like, if I can't enjoy the world anymore, no one else can.
Well, he did grow up in what that Stalin or whatever that city was, which was basically a nuclear fallout place.
Yeah.
And for most of his, like for 17 years, 18 years or whatever, they were destitute. I mean, yes, he went in there to work and clear out the nuclear rubble, and that's where he found everything from the future people.
And that's also probably where he got, cancer.
Yes, and that's probably also where he started his possessive, because he didn't have anything growing up.
Yeah.
So now he started becoming possessive, and he was like, well, I paid for this, and I did this. My guns did this, and my business is why you have these clothes on your back, and blah blah blah, and our son, and blah 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 blah. blah. Basically,
I don't say blah blah blah, but you do.
Mm-hmm. So.
Also, the literal sad almost ending of Robert Pattinson going back, even though he knows he's gonna die.
Mm-hmm. Well, and here's the crazy part. So, how did he get in there to get shot?
I think he went because the person that shot it.
He was the one that got shot in the head. And you froze.
The first time was him.
Right.
So he had to go back farther.
Yep.
That's what I think happened. He ended up he went back in and went back farther to before the scene at the opera.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. When he was at the opera and all that stuff, he was still going back.
That's how he recognized that the body that was dead was him, because he saw the tag from the guy who shot him at the opera.
And then, was it just me, or does the son's Denzel come out sometimes? Like,
oh yeah.
At one point, he's got his own voice, and another time you're like, wait, damn, is that Denzel?
Mr. Washington? Hello.
Well, he is Mr. Washington, but yeah, you're sitting there, you're like,
Mr.
what?
Washington is my father.
I would say go watch it, but you got to go in there and you can't have distractions. Because if you got kids running around, you're going to be sitting there like, what did I miss? And you're going to have to rewind. You're going to miss something.
Might as well just rewatch the whole movie.
Mm-hmm. But that is a watch. Loki, I think, is a watch. Bad Batch is a little... It's got the issue that Clone Wars had the first couple of seasons where it's okay, but it doesn't grab me. I've watched every episode, and I'm getting to the point where I'm tired of the little girl. So there's that. Well, it's a little girl going around with a bunch of hardcore soldiers, and it's like,
It's supposed to be like the comic relief, or like
she's a clone like them. She's the only female clone.
okay.
Yeah, she's a female clone. She doesn't have an inhibitor chip. They did not know she was a clone, but the Caminos created them. Yes, exactly. See, bad. Yep. See, Wild Knight got it. It's okay, but it's not. If you love Star Wars, go watch it. But
I stopped after the second episode. Me and Elijah tuned out.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to watch Eternals, which is on HBO Max. I think it's another like superhero type thing.
Eternals?
Not superhero. It's like people in the world have powers and they're supposed to like help save the world, but not like superheroes. But like they're kind of like benders. But I haven't watched it. And then Invincible. I want to watch that.
Oh, you have to watch them. If y'all haven't watched Invincible,
I've heard Invincible's super good.
I've heard Invincible's amazing. All I'm gonna say, because neither one of y'all have watched Invincible, is Nate, bring you a bag to barf in.
Okay.
Because it makes Mortal Kombat tame.
What did you just say? I mean, I have no fast. I do not.
It makes Mortal Kombat very, very tame. Yes. Invincible ain't no joke. And J.K. Simmons knocks it out the park, and so does Glenn from the guy that plays Invincible. He's actually Glenn from Walking Dead, which is funny because Stephen Kirkman, who did Walking Dead, who wrote Walking Dead, wrote Invincible. So he brought him over from both his properties.
I love when directors love actors.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, he's the writer, but yeah, you're right. Right. Yeah. He's the executive producer. Yeah.
Yeah. They have a say kind of sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And on that,
they haven't seen it yet, WildNet. They haven't seen it yet.
Loki was great.
Yes.
I have a dinner reservation.
Okay. All right. Well, we won't keep you guys then. We won't keep you. We're gonna let y'all go, but thanks for tuning in. We will have Loki see the episode 2 next week. I don't know what day works. I guess it depends on Christina and Big Nate's schedule. And then at the end of the month, I don't think we'll be off for 2 weeks because Nate will be in Chicago at the end of the month, and then July 4th is the following week.
But I don't really know if I have anything planned on the 4th, so let's play it by ear.
We'll see.
I mean, you can do another long country drive.
I did think about that.
No. He needs to save the country drive for Labor Day when we have House in the Park in Atlanta. That's what he needs.
And that's all I'm about to say. Christina, when are you going to come through?
When I got come through money.
She can't. Oh, you talking about come through where you at or come through where I'm at? Because she didn't came.
No, here. I was thinking Labor Day she could come through.
Well, I have to look and see how much the tickets are. I have to look and see how much the tickets are.
I gotta go to Nashville in August, and then I got a wedding in November. I got a lot going on.
She got a lot going on. But thanks you all for joining. This is Cliff signing off. Christina, any shout outs or anything before you got to go? I know you got a dinner reservation.
Watch Loki if you haven't yet. If you haven't yet and you listen to us, sorry we didn't tell the whole episode. Watch it anyway because it's really funny. Also, shirtless Tom Hiddleston.
Big Nate.
Working.
Big Nate, what you got?
Old School Drive from 1 to 5.
I know it was coming.
Big Nate. It's going to be rolling this Sunday. 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. 2 to 6 Central. Oh, no. 12 to 4 Pacific. And 3 to 7 Eastern. Ooh, where you got to catch it.
That's right. And last time, 2 weeks ago, for Memorial Day, he was streaming live from the Draconos household. Yeah. Live and in living color. So
we had a blast.
That's right. So thank you all for joining us. Y'all have a good time, and we will talk to y'all later. Peace out.
Peace.